We are starting off with this roasted tomato bisque and grilled cheese. Now, leave it to you to improve upon grilled cheese, because my understanding is this is going to be on a skewer, which everything's better on a skewer.
You know, that's when you want to take it to the next level. So let's start with building flavors. First, we're going to roast our tomatoes.
Yes.
So if you have garden tomatoes, works wonderful. If you don't, not a problem. Your beautiful store tomatoes are going to be great. But you're going to cut them into like nice size wedges, because we're going to roast them to bring out the flavors. Now, your canola oil is going to take the heat here, and you just want to drizzle it on very liberally.
So I love
we
roasting
added
tomatoes.
garlic.
We're not going to be peeling the skin off these tomatoes, though, at any point.
No. What? Why would you want to do that?
Nice look, Ellen.
That's too hard. Okay, so then they just go onto our pan. We're gonna roast them in the oven, 400 degrees. And this is gonna be the base of our sauce.
All right.
Which is, or of our soup really, which is gonna be just like fantastic and absolutely delicious. So you want to have some space in between them, and then of course making sure that's all drizzled nicely. We're going to season our soup. If you were just going to roast them gently, I would season them with salt and pepper and maybe put them on a pizza.
And
that would work out really nice, right?
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so that goes off to the side because that goes in the oven.
Okay.
And then we're going to start off with a great base. And if you have ever made soup, the secret is of course canola oil in the bottom, nicely.
And again, what is it that makes canola oil such a good starter for that soup, the bisque tonight?
Yeah, it's the flavor carrier. So we're doing a mirepoix. Ooh, fancy, eh?
Tell us more.
It's celery, onions, and carrots. That's your mirepoix. And that's a base to any good soup.
So that's it,
or
those three
any
things?
good sauce. Those are the three things. Now, if you were gonna do garlic, we have our garlic with our tomatoes.
Right.
So we're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Thank you for mixing them.
No worries.
And they just kind of sweat down. So canola doesn't have a lot of flavor in it, which then allows everything else to kind of bring that punch.
Yeah.
And we're building flavor with our roasted tomatoes, the stock, and this gorgeous basil.
So what's funny is that in the notes for this episode, there were 3 cups of basil, and 3 cups of basil, and somebody's like, for real? Or whatever it was, are we sure that that's the right, and it's, here we are. So that's a lot of basil. But
it is a lot of basil. And if it's too much for you and your family, don't. It's okay. You know, like use what
I'm
you
sort
got.
of the never too much basil persuasion, but yeah, it is a lot. So
we're adding in the oregano. This you would sweat down for like 10 minutes or so, but we're gonna move ahead a little bit quicker here.
Yeah.
Right, and it just nicely sweats down. And again, you're gonna add in your broth. You could do a chicken broth or veggie broth, whatever your preference is.
All right.
And this continues to get cooked down. We have our tomato paste, because this really enhances our flavors of the roasted tomatoes, because it's a concentrated.
Right.
Right? So we have that. And then
What else?
we're gonna add in these beautiful roasted tomatoes. Aren't they gorgeous?
They are.
So
I almost don't want to touch them.
Put them, you can freeze them, or you can put them onto pizza, focaccia bread, like anything you want. So all of these tomatoes go into here, and you're gonna simmer it, for about 30 minutes or so. Everything has to nicely come together.
And then I'm guessing you blend that.
Then we're gonna blend it.
Okay.
Right. So I'm just gonna, let's move on to our grilled cheese, because that's the secret here too. Let's get this stove going.
Okay, so should I start doing anything to the bread here while you...
Yeah, okay, so, you've made a grilled cheese before.
Yep, I have.
Right?
Although no spread on this one. I know we're going to do this a little bit differently this time, right?
Right.
Okay, so...
Here's the secret.
Tell me what to do.
Okay, so I'll take a piece of bread, please.
Okay.
One slice.
There you go.
Okay, so no spread. So you have a nice hot pan. You're just gonna drizzle your canola oil. And so what happens here is, because it's oil, it kind of seeps into every little crevice of the bread.
Okay.
Then the other secret to a great grilled cheese is shredded cheese. So we're just doing a nice, right, just like that. And if you want to have a little more flavor, can I have another piece of bread, please?
You asked so nicely. How can I say no?
You're gonna put the inside piece with the Dijon.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
That goes down.
Oh.
And then the other part, you're just gonna drizzle on the top.
Okay,
And
so
that
really
is
that's
gonna
the
have this
canola oil.
totally, and this caramelization that's gonna take place.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice and brown. Oh, it's gonna be perfect.
And in the pictures they did cut them up and put them on skewers, which I
do that
kind of
with
liked.
that.
I kind of like that. So there we go, roasted tomato bisque and grilled cheese. Recipe number 1 here tonight with Manitoba canola growers. When we come back, Greek potatoes with lemon yogurt sauce. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by the Government of Canada and Manitoba Agriculture and Resource Development through the Canadian Agricultural Partnership.